Welcome to my scrapping studio. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And I'm here to share a project and all of our new in colors in the 24 and 25 catalog. I love these new colors and I can't wait to share them with you. How about if we get my face out of the way and we start doing some creating? So each year when Stampin' Up releases a new catalog, they also release 5 new in colors, which will stay in our catalog for 2 years, and the catalogs and 5 in colors then retire. So the new in colors this year are Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, Petunia Pop. I don't think of myself as a purple girl, but I really like this one. And Shy Shamrock. And the other wonderful thing is when Stampin' Up releases them, they give us lots of things to play with in the same colors. So we have ribbon in all those colors. This is a really soft ribbon. It's going to be easy to tie and wrap around, cards, scrapbooks. That's going to be great for that. I didn't pull them all out, but you can get blends in every color. You can get a set of all 5 markers. There is, of course, bling, which we'll use on our project. And then I think, and have thought for a while, the unknown treasure in every catalog is the 6x6 designer series paper. So it comes 6x6, and it comes in color families. So if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up, they coordinate their colors into neutrals, in color, which we're talking about, brights, subtles, and regals. So there will always be, and it changes with every catalog, 2 prints in each of the, so this is what the Pretty in Pink look like. And then on the back are 2 more prints. And we're going to use this little polka dot today for our project. These 6x6 in color sheets I use for so many things. You'll see how I'm using them on today's project. I really like them. And it's always fun to see what designs they come out with. So those are all our colors again in the 6x6. So let's use these colors and make a project. I'm going to clean up my space here a little bit. And we're playing with Shy Shamrock. Get all this away. And we're going to play with, oh, I see I already did, but I'll show it to you. We have an embossing, brand new embossing folder I'm going to use on the project. And it's called Dotted Circles. Look how large it is. Like, wow. So I'm looking to emboss some pieces I can use in a scrapbook. The other nice thing is I centered mine when I did it, but you could put it to the side. You could use part of it. This is a great embossing folder. This is a 3D, meaning it's going to give a thicker impression. Like you can really see that design. So then you use plates 1 and 3. So this is a standard 4x5 1/4, the front of your card. All the directions will be on my blog. I have a card base in exactly the same color, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to fold it in half. I'm lining it up on my grid paper. That just helps me get a straighter fold. And I'm grabbing a bone folder so that I get a better fold also. So I have that. I have stamped a circle for the front because if we're having all these circles, we might as well mimic it. And I have Happy Birthday for the front. And for the inside, I have May all your wishes come true. Isn't that a wonderful wish for your birthday? These stamps came from Unbounded Love. This is an amazing stamp set. There's a ton in it, but I do want to point out that these are not at the actual size. The actual size of the stamps, here, let's look. Here's Happy Birthday, and that's what it looks like on there. So I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll grab a die and place it over the top of the stamp set to see if it'll fit. I did it for this one, and my die was too small then when I realized how large the stamp set was. This is a very versatile stamp set. It really covers so many things. So, and the inside came out of there too. All right, let's talk about putting this together. We're just going to begin by attaching my embossed piece to the front of there. And as I said, this has a lot of texture to it. Like this would be fun to use this side too. So I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue instead of a tape runner. The tape runner, when it's so heavily embossed, just kind of rides on the top. It doesn't catch all these grooves. Your multi-purpose glue will do that. So we're just going to do this. I'm pretty generous because the glue is going to go into those crevices. And just like that. And guys, I'm wondering if maybe I should just stop a second and show you how to use this embossing folder, because it's a great folder, and if you're not familiar with it, you're going to wonder how I got from to here. So I'm going to take a second and back up. It's okay. We can change midstream, as my mother would say. And let's do a quick emboss. This is our cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. I moved my paper because it grips better on the top, you know, your surface rather than your paper. The sides come down, and we said plates 1 and 3. Here's plate 1, and if you don't have things marked, as I do, it even tells you in the directions what you need. So 1 and 3. Then I'm going to grab just one of these samples I showed you before, which is a standard 4 by 5 1/4. And let's see what it looks like if I go off center. Like I centered mine for the card before, but let's just go off center. Here's what I want to remember. Fold first, logo on top, and always, always, always when I'm using the cut and emboss machine, whether I am cutting or embossing, I need to have something on top, a plate always. That's kind of like protects your machine and what's underneath it. Protects your embossing folder, and then you just roll it through. If your machine, if you're using the cut and emboss and it isn't rolling as smoothly as this, then that means what we call the sandwich. The order of your plates or which plates you're using are not right. You want to stop, pull it back out, and look at what you have. Okay. I'm going to get this out of the way. I love that the sides fold up. It doesn't take up near as much room on my workspace. And let's get back to where we were. That's all it took to add all that dimension to that flat sheet of paper. So easy and so impactful. Okay, back to where we were. So that's how I got the embossing. Before I attach this inside my card, I like to bring some of the color from the front to the inside. So those 6 by 6 papers I was talking about, I just grabbed the one that has circle print, because it kind of goes with what we're doing here. And I'm going to add just a touch of glue on the top. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to lay this right at the top of my card. Notice mine is longer than the card. Because I have some hand issues, I have arthritis in my hands, it's easier for me to maneuver it if I kind of have these handles on the side. So we're going to set that there. Now the thing about the multi-purpose glue is if I don't have it right where I want it, I can move it around. You've seen me do that to get it to the top. But that also means I want to let it set up and dry so it doesn't move around. That's where I want it. So while we're doing that, let's glue one more thing. Now we're not going to send this great card in what we call a naked envelope, like a basic white envelope. No, I mean Stampin' Up envelopes are lovely, but we still want to add something to them. So on the envelope flap, I'm going to add that same print paper. This is 2 1/4 by 6, but again, all directions will be on my blog. I'm going to put glue all the way around here. I've seen customers or new paper crafters just think, oh, I'll just put a bunch of glue on here. Well, what happens, because this is bigger than this, when you lay it down, you have glue where you don't want it. So always put glue on the smaller of the 2 pieces that you're putting together. And I'm going to put glue all the way around the top and all the way around the bottom and everything, like a little, like I'm outlining it. And what this does for your envelope flap is it secures this piece of paper so nothing loose will catch in a mail sorting machine. So there's nowhere for something to get in there and like catch. There we go. And again, I can move it to where I want it. Okay. That's good. We'll let it set and we'll trim it. So I'm going to trim this before I finish my front because I just want to get this on the inside. There we go. Doesn't that add just a touch more? And you certainly wouldn't. I went monochromatic. I used all the same color for these cards, but you could mix and match colors. There's a lot you could do with that. This is a flat paper going on a flat paper, so then my tape runner is going to work great. It's faster than the glue and it's not quite as messy. And this is going to go on the inside of there. And look what that little scrap of paper did, just to add a little bit more to your card. Okay, so now we're here. And I'm going to use dimensionals. And dimensionals are, think of like little pieces of foam that are sticky on each side. And I have a new sheet here. So we're just going to fold it to get them started. This is a pretty big circle. I think I'll put 4 on. There we go. All right. And I'm going to take the backs off. And I have a little plastic container here I put the backs on. These are really staticky and they end up everywhere. And I watched my friend Jennifer do a video and she had a little container for them. And that was such a good idea. And then you can kind of control where they land. Now she has a lovely little glass jar. We don't want a glass jar on this metal table because I tip stuff over all the time and we don't need that clanging. So I have plastic, but it's the same idea. Now I'm putting this right in the center, but you can put it wherever you want. It's your card. Then we have a couple little coordinating embellishments for In Colors. I grabbed the 2426 In Color Shimmer Gems, and I just typed this up and then I put the item number there so when I want to order more. And they are, let's open these so you can see them. In every color, and they have 2 sizes. So Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, and Petunia Pop. And we're going for the Shamrock, which I've already cut us 3 from another open pack. And I'm going to add them to that front. It feels like there's a lot of white space on the beginning on there, and I want to just draw your eye to some other things. So when I'm adding embellishments, I do them in odd numbers, usually 3. And then I do them in roughly a triangular shape. So roughly a triangular shape means you have 1 embellishment by itself and 2 closer together. That makes your triangle. And I like to get them closer to your sentiment to try to bring your eye to there. There we go. Let's trim that envelope. So do you have a favorite In Color? Like I said, Petunia Pop, but I think really the one I'm using is the one that is my favorite at the time. I really like all of them and I see lots of uses for all the In Colors, but let's look. So we have Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, Peach Pie. I think the lighting too, this looks, at least on my screen, it's looking really orange. It's not. It's a real soft peachy color. Let's get these so you can see all of them. Pretty in Pink. There we go. And I want to call it Summer Shade, but I think it's Summer Splash. Let's look. Let me give you the right word. Summer Splash, which makes sense. So those are the 24. Now these will go 24 to, that's wrong. They're 25 to 27 In Colors. I've been calling them the wrong name. I love these new In Colors. I hope you do too. I will continue to be posting projects with all the In Colors and talking about what you can do with them. So thanks for watching my video. I appreciate it more than you know. If you have questions, Feel free to comment below or reach out to me. I'm happy. I love talking about Stampin' Up! Products and paper and creating, so reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.